What we're doing now is the Hawk DTC pads. DTC are a race pad, but it is a streetable race pad. Yeah, that's pretty much that.
If you do daily on any race pad, your rotor wear will decrease or increase. You'll wear the rotors out a lot quicker.
What's a lot? 50%?
It's hard to put a percentage on it, but you will generally on the street with a street type pad, your rotors will last pretty long time. On a race pad, you will decrease the life of them. Also, if you're in a really cold environment, it's really not that good to use them while it's really cold because it's harder for the brakes to hold that temperature that the pad works in. So just keep that in mind. Use at your own risk. They're pretty simple. You pull the pins out, the spring plates, and take the pressure off the pistons, pop the pads out, put new ones in. When you put these pins back in, make sure you fully seat the pins 100%. You know, hit it a few more times, use a punch, nice hammer, and make sure you fully seat that pin. If you don't fully seat that pin, it's got a little spring washer or a spring lock sleeve. You could have a pin come out and you lose brakes, and you know what happens when you don't have any brakes on your car. You don't stop. So if you're looking at upgrading your front pads, you're going to want to look at upgrading your rear pads as well. So we added a Hawk DTC 60s to the front, and we're adding a Hawk DTC 30 to the rear. Now, a more common rear pad is a Hawk 5.0, which is a street/track pad for the rear. We're going to use the DTC 30s on this car though. One thing about this pad is it's a full race pad. It has no taper on the edges like a factory street track type pad, and won't be reutilizing this little spring here. The spring helps keep the pad kind of off the rotor surface, keep some of the squeaking down, but you do lose a little, you end up having a slight delay time between hitting the brake pedal and the pad actually making good contact on the rotor. So running a full race pad without using those springs, it keeps the pad kind of set in place a little better, and you get pretty much instant contact pad to rotor when you're at the track, you know, running 120 miles an hour into a corner. So just keep that in mind. You might go into a full race pad, your noise might increase.
One of those cars that wear out rear brakes quicker than front brakes?
Yep.
I know the GTIs are like that. What causes that?
The rear pads, if you're at the track and you're using the factory stability system, which works really well and will save you in a lot of, you know,
errors,
loss of control situations, you will wear out the rear pads more frequently because it uses the rear pad and rear brake system by pulsing it and making the car yaw in the direction that it wants you to help keep you from spinning out. And it's pretty active. It does that pretty constantly around the track.